Hey, good morning, everybody, and I'm welcoming you back to my channel today. I am starting some preparation in my journey for my trip to Arizona. Today, I'm going to be working on getting my new water tank set up so that I can use it for water storage when I'm in Quartzsite. I'm here at the Home Depot, so we're going to go in and get some fittings that I need and some hose and go back home and get started. So here we go. Back home now and getting ready to start my project. As you can see, I have some stuff to get out of my truck bed first. So if you can look way back on the inside, you'll see the white water tank. So I'll get started cleaning out the truck. All right, so I've got all the fittings now that I need to set up my freshwater tank. The first thing I need to do is to cut out a hole right here so that I can clean the inside of the tank and get it ready to fill. And then once I've done that, I have this cap that I'll be placing over this hole to seal it back up. The water itself, you'll see there's a port right here. And then there's another one down at the bottom. Let's see if you can see it right there. And that one will be the fill port. This one will be the vent. I'm going to try to set this so that you can see what I'm doing. And hopefully I don't make a mess of it. So right now I'm just trying to make a starting hole. I don't want to mess up the threads on the inside of this. So I just want to get a start. It's pretty thick. And I don't want to mess up the threads on the inside of this. Okay, so I've now got a pretty good hole started, so hopefully I can cut that and get it rounded out. Okay, so I've had a little busy afternoon. I've already sanitized the inside of the tank and got as much of the leftover plastic on the inside out that I could get. And it is ready to put the fittings on now. So let me turn my camera around and I'll show you a little more. Okay, so this is the hole where I cut out that section so that I could clean out the inside of the tank. And now I have a cap on there that I covered with Teflon tape and inserted the cap down as tight as I could without damaging it. So hopefully that won't leak. I'm going to test that once I get all my other fittings done. So I have these two small black fittings, and had trouble getting the label off. But I'm going to put some Teflon tape around them, and then they go in these little ports like this, and then my hoses will attach to it. So this hose here is my filling hose. So I have to have two female ends. This is a shut-off valve so that when I'm not using it, I can shut it off, and then it will prevent any water from leaking out of the tank. Here is my second hose, which has a female that will attach to the same type of fitting as this right here. And then on this end is a male fitting with the shutoff valve. So this is my vent tube. So it'll attach to the fitting on the tank, and then this end, when I need it to be, I can open up this little valve, take off this cap, and let air into the tank so that the tank doesn't collapse or get too much air inside of it. Okay, and then, so that's that. All right, so I have my Teflon tape on these fittings, and let's see if we can get them installed. And we'll put the other one in down here in the bottom. Snug it just a little bit. Okay, those look pretty good. And then my hoses connect to those. Okay, so this one is my fill hose. So it has the female fitting on this end. And it has a female fitting on this end so that I can attach the garden hose to it. The end of the garden hose. Then, when it's time to pump the water out of the tank, I have my sure-flo pump, and my male fitting will fit into my female end to pump the water. Then on the other side of the pump, I have this hose with a male fitting that would then be attached to the garden hose to fill in to the back of the trailer. And that's how I've set up my settings for my pump and for my tank. Now the next thing that I need to do is to build a box around it, because these do bulge a little bit when they're full, so I need to build a box around it for support and to keep anything in the back of the truck from running into it and damaging it. So that'll be tomorrow's project. Good morning, everyone. Well, today I'm doing the water test on my water tank, checking all my connections, making sure nothing is leaking, and I'll also show you the box that I built around it. So as you can see, I've got my tank with water in it. It's not quite half full, but it's high enough to check the connections. And as you can see, there's no water leaking. So I think we're pretty good. This is my vent hose here. And it is open to air during the filling process. My other hose is connected to my water hose to fill, so I'll have plenty of hose to be able to fill with. All right, so this is my box. I just did this for added protection to keep things from the inside of my truck, like my generator, from rolling back and damaging my water tank, but also to help prevent bulging of the tank. I will be putting a board here in the front. I'm going to cut out the sections around the fittings, and then I'm going to use some angle brackets to attach it to the sides of the box. That will also help hold the sides in and together, and hopefully my tank won't do a whole lot of bulging. So that is my setup, and then it is going to go crossways around the back of the truck bed, right up against the cab, and the generator will pull forward. All right, so there we go. That's my plan. Okay, project's all done, and it's back in its little home and just waiting for water. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure and hit the like button and subscribe. See you later.